All right, welcome to episode 99 of Adventures in Inbetweening. Today I am breaking down 45 seconds from Miyazaki's Spirited Away. Holy cow, this is going to be fun. This is a complex world we've got set up here. Now you can see Miyazaki's boards are always clear and well thought out. This silhouette to start is big and blocky, almost like a pig, as we know that this character is going to turn into now that he's eating from the spirit world. Details like this, opening the mouth with the unchewed food inside, two hands eating, nom 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 nom. That's a lot to put in your mouth at one time. And open wide, big rectangular mouth. Yep, this character can do it. Dripping with sauce. Just really indicating how much of pigs these characters are being here, so that when they turn into pigs, it's not quite as much of a surprise. Whoa. Throwing his head back to help him swallow there, all the sauce dripping down his chin. Oh, taking another bite. Oh, reaching for more. Just again, look at the boards. The boards are spelling all this out for us here. Eating like a pig, food hanging out of the mouth. There's another one with the unchewed food, unswallowed. Just getting another piece in there. All at once, popping the mouth closed. Gulp. Couple chews going on there. Now this shot here, this is just a small part of a longer 15-second shot. And the posing and the animation on this shot in particular are they're just so unconventional and just phenomenally appealing, and just like stuff like this, like that's a really awkward pose that's going on there, but it's so when you watch that scene, it's so strong. It really sells Chihiro's emotional state. Anyway, that's there's a lot to that scene. Going on to Kamaji here. His arms can acquire extra joints. You can see all the animated objects are all different colors. Whenever there's, and we'll touch on this again later, whenever we have a background element that isn't going to be animated, it's going to be very detailed, but the animated elements are less detailed, so the characters can pick them up. It's usually just one tone, one highlight, one regular color, 3 colors. Every hand is busy with something here. You can see that the boards are suggesting the action. Kamaji's got 6 arms, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. We don't see the 6th arm here. We don't really need to. There's enough going on that we're not thinking, oh, where's Kamaji's 6th arm? It's all just laid out there. This here with the spirits in the bathhouse. Look how adorable these designs are. They're all just staring straight ahead, sinking down into the water. The water level is rising. They sink deeper. All the birds are happy. Just terrific stuff. I'm not sure what that one on the right is up to, though. Just kind of playing in the suds. It's just wonderful stuff. Yubaba here. She's scary. She is not happy Chihiro's asking for a job. What? Shut your mouth! And so her anger and her magic is starting to affect everything around her. So first we see a couple papers flying up, and we see the pages flipping on the book on the desk. More chaos. The curtains are starting to fly around. Then the objects on the front of the desk that weren't moving, the heavier objects, now they're starting to move around. Just incredible. And we got a vertical camera shake as well. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Now she's staggering down at the same time as we've got this vertical camera shake going on. The curtains going. So much stuff. Look at the complex design on the curtains there. The strong light source from screen left there. Tones everywhere. Tons of detail. These drawings would just take hours and hours and hours. So much time and resources put in here. And not just the drawing time, but tracking. Oh yeah, where was that on the frame before? What arc was that moving in? flip, 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 draw, flip, 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 draw. And look at the extra level of tones there. We've got actually 4 colors on Yubaba's face there. Curtains out, Yubaba out, everything flies up. Just so much chaos, but beautiful. Look at this. Look at the shapes here. And the detail, and then you said here's these extra layers sometimes where everything else is stopped, but then another layer is still moving, and it creates even more of a sense of motion. Just look at that final composition. Incredible that anyone would even attempt to animate that level of detail. Then we go to this scene. Quiet, starts with the door. Now the door is actually anticipating inward, which makes no logical sense, but it brings our attention to it, and it creates a contrast with the door being thrust out. And now instead of a vertical camera shake, we have a horizontal camera shake, because that's the direction of the motion here. Crash through the door. Slow-moving wood. Whenever we've got wood moving slowly, or any kind of object moving slowly, we have to be careful with the in-betweens. When it's moving quickly, we can look at these shapes here. They're changing a lot, because it's moving quickly, so we can get away with that. Now what we want to focus on is the groupings. As long as we see the groupings, and look at the leading edge of the groupings here, so we've got one group, and then we've got the next group, and as long as we go frame to frame and we can follow the group with our eyes, it doesn't matter exactly what the detail is, those groupings are what sell it to us. So you can see these yellow silhouettes here, the groupings are easy to follow as the pieces break apart, so the exact details don't matter that much. And following through, everything's going slow now, the wood's going up faster. This one, another one where we have all these characters cooking in the kitchen. Look at Miyazki's boards again. Just beautiful artwork. And tons of characters going on. We got mixing, we got pouring, we got carrying, we got stirring. All kinds of things going on. But because, chopping in the background there, because these characters are in a kitchen and they're all pretty much staying in one place, we can get away with some cycles. Again, now let's look at something that's detailed and not animated here. We got the meat on the left. We got these bowls, the counters on the meat on the right, the other stuff on the left. Whenever you've got that stuff that's all detailed, it's not going to be animated. Now watch this cycle here with these scallops or whatever they are. There's this layer of scallops in the front that doesn't move, and all the scallops in the background just keep emerging and appearing, and more scallops keep coming from there. It's a brilliant solution that we don't notice when we're watching it at real time. It just feels like, oh, there's more and more, but it's like, oh, that cycle could go for an hour and he'd never run out. This scene, now this is a whole nother level. 24 different characters here, no cycles. Everybody is doing something where they're going directionally. If you're doing something like, hey, look at this, I'm doing this, I'm stirring, that's a cycle. If you got somebody going from here to there, it could be a cycle, but it's not a cycle in place. It's a cycle that you can use. But here, I mean, there's so many angle changes, there's not really any cycles going on. Characters going off to the right, controlled chaos, characters carrying heavy things, coming downstairs, coming upstairs. I, again, could spend so much time on that shot. And here we've got Chihiro running in. We've got the mouse and the mosquito flying in there as well. There's little detail when they're farther away. Skidding as she runs, as she's turning the corner. Everybody else is reacting, looking at her. Wide path, turning around, gaining control after she skids in. Now she's going to start running forward. Here comes No Face. Everyone else is reacting and panicking. As soon as you have the silhouettes overlapping, it's immediate danger that we feel. Now No Face is skidding around here. Chihiro's got her footing. She's coming towards us. All the hands are coming up. I love that, because when the hands are out of sight, or when they're holding something, it's not so dangerous, not such a sense of panic. But as soon as you get that hand coming up, it gives us that extra emotional beat. So Chihiro's coming forward. Look, she's got more detail now. Same with the mouse and the mosquito. Complex shapes. Look at this pig here. And again, you can see this is all just simple colors. This is going to be animating. This isn't like a background element. Here comes the shape change. There it all is. The pig head's coming towards us. Simplified food debris. Thinking about the light source coming from the left. Everything has to be consistent. And this is all, again, it's similar to that other shot with just tons of detail moving towards us here. Again, we have a vertical camera shake as No Face is pounding on the ground. Now the fish on the left gets it. Bits of food texture. Everything has to be redrawn there. More detail on No Face as they get closer here. No Face mostly wiping the screen here. The frog on the left is getting pinned. Foot into the camera, coming past us. All this detail. trailing goo. The characters in the background are terrified. We didn't need to see them animate too much. We just needed to see their pose. Look at all those organic shapes trailing behind. It's almost like black paint. Now, Yubaba just tried some magic to stop No Face. And then we see her reaction. She's shocked. Her magic didn't work. Here's No Face's 4 color spit up coming through. Again, generally, you know, there'd be a color, a highlight, a tone. This has two tones, so that much more detail drawn on here. Every frame drawn on, so much detail. Flip, 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 draw a line. Flip, 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 draw a line. Great shapes here. So much to plan and think of. Now the chunks are slowing down. You can see on the right-hand side, they're dissipating. On the bottom of the screen, they're accumulating. On Yubaba, they're settling in there, showing her shape. And again, when we get to these tighter in-betweens, it has to be really tight, really tight. We can't just draw a whole new drawing and say, oh, this person's a good drafts person. They could just draw a nice drawing. Now it has to be tight. It has to be appealing, but it has to in-between well. Sploosh! Into the vomited food there. There's the ankle, kind of like a horse on those front legs. Sploosh comes the back foot. And that splash, just really, you know, subtle but important. When you're doing a splash coming forward, that splash has to be moving forward. It can't just move straight up in the air. That wouldn't be nearly as effective. Yubaba doesn't need to move once No Face shows up on this scene here. Now this is just a master class in economy. So you can see first, only this first level of pillows is moving on the bottom right here. And then as Yubaba's coming forward, now we've got a second level of pillows moving. But the pillows at the top left are still not moving, and on the left side there. You can see they're just not, they're held cells. So we've got first wave, second wave, and we're not going to move the pillows unless we absolutely need to, because that's a lot of redrawing. There's a lot of detail here. Now all the pillows are moving. Now we got to say, okay, each design needs to be tracked cleanly. You've got the plaid, you've got the polka dots here. We don't see the whole design here. So when we do, you can see, look at these polka dots. It's totally cheated. There it is, the polka dot is sliding. And then when you go to here, the polka dots are just a simple 4x3 design. But on different frames, you can say, oh, I'm just going to cheat it here because I want to see that entire polka dot. Look at the shape change here, circle, square, simple stuff, but you still got to show those tones, put those tones on there to show the shape. Everything is moving upwards here. And we know, oh, where's Yubaba? Simpler now. It's just simpler, less change, less change, less change, and then boom, all kinds of angle change. And it's different. I shouldn't say it's easier than drawing tight tweens. Tight tweens are a very technical exercise, and doing broad drawings is more of a drafting exercise where you have to use your artistic skill. So much fun on this scene, so much work. And this entire show, and yeah, that's only 45 seconds of this, just broken down really briefly. I could spend all day breaking this down, but yeah, that's just a little piece, and I hope you appreciate the breakdown. Thanks for checking it out, and I will see you one more time. Thanks, bye.